Welcome to the final week in our translucent floral spotlight stamping class, and a very, very happy Christmas to you all. This one was filmed earlier. It's Boxing Day today, so I hope you're all having a lovely, lovely, relaxing Christmas. So for our final card, I have used a lot on this card. I've used a lot of stamping, I've used all the images, and I've used some sort of background techniques to just share different ideas on how to use this stamp set. So if you're following along at home, you will need all the pieces from week number 4. In your pack, you will have a piece of silver thread. You will have 3 pieces of berry burst card. They're all the same width, and we're going to use those in the background. You will have a little banner, a die cut banner. I think that's from the Countryside Corner dies. You've got a layer of white for the inside of your card, and then you've got a card base that's cut from berry burst cardstock. Okay, you're also going to need some of the pieces that are in your kit as well, which is a scrap piece of Lost Lagoon, a scrap piece of Fresh Freesia, and some scrap white for some stamping. Let's put some of these pieces to one side. I'm going to put this piece in the middle to get us started. So that bit just sits in the back of our card to strengthen it and to give you a nice space to write your message. Now, what we're going to do is I'm just going to bring in a little piece of grid paper. I don't use the whole sheet of grid paper here because it's not great for filming. So I'm going to take all 3 pieces and I'm going to just put them together like so. So they're all one piece of card now, and I'm going to take my stamp that says "You're the best," and I'm going to stamp in a berry burst. I'm using the same colour ink to match the card that I've got here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to stamp "You're the best" just randomly across my piece of card. Now, I am terrible at stamping straight. So what I'm doing is I'm purposely stamping them wonky, okay? I'd rather it look deliberately wonky than look, oh, that should have been straight and it's wonky. Little tip. So just stamp this. You're going to see most of your stamping over here because of the layout of the card. Let's put one up here as well, like that. Okay. So once I've done that, I'm going to bring my card base in, and now I'm going to attach these pieces to my card front, leaving a little gap between them, like so. Okay, stick those down. So there we go. So you've got all your pieces attached there, and that's a really nice way to add a background to your card with a little bit of interest. Okay, so we've done that bit. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to do some stamping. So you want all 3 pieces, and I will stamp all the images that you need. So I'm starting with soft seafoam, and I'm stamping this large leaf image. I'm going to stamp that twice. I'm going to be trying to be clever and get them all on this page here. Yeah, so I've got 2 leaves. You will die cut these out. So I'm starting with my images. Next, I'm going to use Pretty Peacock, and I'm going to stamp 2 of these. I'm going to stamp one onto the white card, like so, and I'm going to stamp one on the Lost Lagoon card. So it just gives you a nice little difference without it being too crazy. Next, we want some berry burst. So berry burst, I'm going to stamp the next size flower head. one on the white, and I also want one on the Fresh Freesia card as well. And I love how it looks so different on the different coloured cards. And then lastly, I'm using Fresh Freesia, and I'm using this teeny tiny little flower head, and you want 2 of those just on the white card. So my piece of card was big enough, thank goodness. Whilst we've got the stamps out, I am going to stamp my sentiment. Now I'm using Happy Birthday, and this is also being stamped in Pretty Peacock ink. There we go. Happy Birthday. Lovely. So that is all my stamping done. You now need to die cut all of these out, or if you don't have the dies, just use your snips to fussy cut them. I have already cut mine out to save a little bit of time. So this is what you should now have. So you've got 2 leaves, you've got 2 pink flower heads, 2 blue flower heads, and you've got these 2 little purple mini flower heads. Okay, so now it's just a matter of layering it all together. So where would you start? I would always start with the biggest one first, which is this lovely leaf. So when I put this down, I'm going to use a mixture of liquid glue and dimensional, so you get a little bit of layering. I'm just going to get a fresh, not a fresh sheet, but one that's got actual hexagons on. So this first one I'm going to put down so that it's flat. Now when I say I'm putting it down flat, I'm only putting a little bit of glue on the bottom, because what I want to do, I want to sort of just give it a little curl. So hold it in place, and then just with your fingers, just curl those leaves sort of upwards. Okay, like so. Next, I'm going to go in with this big flower head, and I'm going to put that on a little pad. Okay. I'm going to put this one here on next. And that's going about there. Now I've done that one, I can put on my next leaf. So again, this is going on with a little bit of wet glue, just at that bottom there, sliding that in behind. And putting that about there. Now hold it in place and just give it a little curl with your fingers. Okay, it just lifts it slightly and creates a little bit of texture and dimension. Okay, I'm going to put this nice one in next, and that's going on with a dimensional. So just tucking that in there. I've got this one next. I'm going to be clever with my dimensional now. I'm just going to tuck it slightly under that blue flower there. And I'm going to curl this just with my fingers. Like so. And then you've just got these little pieces to slot in where you think there's any gaps. Okay, I'm going to put one there. I've got a little gap in there, so that's going there. And then I'm going to put another one over here. Okay, so that is my floral display. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my trim and I'm going to fold it in 3. And I'm going to put that about there. Technical term, yours may differ depending on where you've put your flowers. I'm going to take myself a little bit of tape and layer that across the middle. Okay. So you're creating a bow, but by not tying it in a knot, you're giving yourself a little bit of, it keeps it quite nice and flat. Whereas if you tie a knot, you've got a sort of lump. So by doing it this way, you keep it nice and flat. And then pop your little banner on. Another one under there actually. Oh, I managed to put it off. If this happens to you, just take another little bit of tear tape. Just put it there. That means I've lost my dimensional. Okay. Much better. There we go. That is our finished card and the last in our series for December. So thank you so much for tuning in, for purchasing kits and for taking part. If you wanted to take part in the next one, booking is now open. And next month we're using the Fluffiest Friends stamp set. And I've made 4 cards. They all follow a certain theme, but they're using different techniques. So they're very cute. I'm going to show you some colouring techniques, some layering techniques, and some embossing techniques as well. So if you wanted to join in next month, these are the 4 cards we're going to be making. And I will pop the booking link in the video details below. So thank you so much for watching. Do enjoy the rest of your 2023. And I look forward to crafting with you all in 2024.